Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, an unconventional titanium 2025 model year limited edition of 24 pieces by Moser Cie of Schaffhausen, Switzerland, and Azuki, which is a fascinating anime and crypto-adjacent decentralized online JDM-inspired collaborative platform. More on that in a moment. With some input from the 1916 Company. This is the Pioneer Elements of Time based on the Moser Pioneer center-second rotating bezel. So you can see the watch features something that is right in the middle of Moser's wheelhouse, a fascinating dial design with color and gradient, and it also incorporates sort of oblique reference to Azuki's anime elemental series that is also NFT related. So their elementals are a little bit different from the traditional four classical elements. According to Azuki, it's going to be fire, water, lightning, and earth. And what you're looking at here is lightning. So more on that in a moment. Let's talk about the dimensions. It is the 40mm Pioneer rotating bezel, and then in profile, one of its most appealing qualities is that it is one of the thinnest dive style watches, 11.5 millimeters thick, and then 47.6 from lug tip to lug tip, with a 20mm spacing in between the lugs. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and it wears nicely. It is very thin. Although it doesn't look thin, it is quite slender, and it'll slip under a cuff. You can see down the barrel, my 16 centimeter circumference wrist has no problem with it. I can envision this wearing well on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters circumference. Taking a look at the bracelet, it's a relatively simple design, though it does help that every individual link is removable for sizing. We have a single fold deploying clasp. You can see everything on the watch, every single surface has been media blasted for a matte finish. You can see externally we have a twin trigger release so it can't pop open inadvertently. There's a little trigger at the center, so you push that button, it will slide in and out. You can see you have quite a few detents of incremental adjustment built in. In profile, you have something that's very distinctive of Moser, recesses or scalloped case flanks, but then here we have a coining in the profile, characteristic of the Pioneers. We've got this media-blasted screw-down Moser-branded crown. All this is 120 meters water-resistant, which may be a little bit light for a dive watch, and if you're a professional, you may need more, but if you're just common folk like myself, then hundreds of feet is probably enough. Remember, 120 meters is quite a bit. Taking a look at the bezel, it's a 60 click with a very loud, chatty, and distinct detent. It's very vocal. When I say it's chatty, I mean it is loud. It's quite audible and very positive. Doing a quick lume shot here, you can see that the luminescent elements are actually solid blocks of ceramic-based lume called globalite. And the bezel insert is neither aluminum nor ceramic. It's actually titanium here. You can see that the entire bezel is calibrated every 5 minutes, which makes it very easy to read the bezel index against that minute hand. You'll also note up at the top of the dial, see if I can show you that, right at the top above the 12, that we have a little bean-shaped index, and that is a tribute to Azuki, which means red bean in Japanese. And you will find their short format anime includes quite a bit of bean-themed animations. They're all pretty much lighthearted and easy to take in. And in fact, if you want a little bit more background on the thematic inspirations for this watch, there is a just about 1 minute long anime short in the Azuki style that explains this series, which includes the 4 different versions of the Pioneer center-second rotating bezel, but there were also very limited edition tourbillon made in a Pioneer case as well. So if you want to know where all that comes from and maybe see some of the art basis for these different elemental dials, definitely check out that short. The nice thing about this watch is it allows you to be in the street cred world of JDM, pop art, and anime without being a total nerd, and because Azuki is also crypto related, you get to sort of dip one toe into that sea without getting soaked by everything else that occasionally comes up from the sea of crypto like a tsunami to swamp its many adherents. So it's almost like crypto without the dangers. So this is a very fun watch on a lot of levels, and you can see that Moser's gradient dial is part of that. We have a sort of pyramid cut, and then we have outboard a lacquered chapter ring featuring little indices, and of course we have the bean up at 12 o'clock. Moser doesn't sign Swiss made on the dials because, well, it has a much higher standard of Swiss made integrity than the Swiss standard itself. Moser is always going to be 90 to 95% Swiss content, whereas you can get away with something approaching 60%, and even then you can really finagle how you account for that Swiss content in a Swiss made labeled watch. So Moser simply doesn't use the signature because its German Swiss watches are considerably more Swiss than 60%. Taking a look at the dial now, no date, and that's a good thing. I actually feel this is a great application of a no date dial because the balance keeps the emphasis on the color and the art design. The movement is a long-running Moser classic, the HMC 200, 30 millimeters in diameter, 27 joules, 3 hertz beat rate, bidirectional automatic winding with ceramic rotor bearings and magic lever winding system, a 72-hour reserve, 3 hertz beat rate, stop seconds or hacking when you want it. We have engine turning on the base plate, snailing on the rotor as well as the edge of the bridges. We have polished screw heads, and of course Moser's distinctive double-crested Côte de Genève or Moser stripes, which look great. There's a little nod to Azuki on the back, and then you can see confirmation of the unusual edition number. Now, when you add up all 4 series plus the tourbillon, which are piece unique, you get 100 total. If you love this watch, reach out to me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details. And again, this is one of the oddest editions we've ever had. These were initially made available exclusively online via raffle, and now a small number of them are available for direct purchase. So reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase, pricing, and availability questions.